Let me ask you a simple question. When was the last time you truly felt like yourself? I don't mean just having a good day or sleeping through the night. I mean that deep, steady sense of being whole. A time when you weren't planning your life around bathroom trips, or wondering if your energy, drive, and confidence were quietly slipping through your fingers. If you're over 60 and nodding along right now, I want you to know this: you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not beyond repair. As a urologist who's walked beside thousands of men through the chapters of aging, I've seen the toll that prostate issues take not just on health, but on identity. The late-night urgency, the weak stream, the feeling of always being off in ways you can't quite explain. And here's what stings most: no one talks about it. Not at family dinners, not in your friend groups, sometimes not even at your doctor's office. But today, we break the silence with truth, with hope, and with something refreshingly simple. Because what if I told you that one of the most powerful tools for reducing prostate swelling and restoring your energy isn't found in a pill, a procedure, or a waiting room prescription? It's found in your fruit bowl. Yes, fruit. Not just for vitamins and sugar cravings, but as one of nature's most underestimated allies in the battle against chronic prostate inflammation, sluggish circulation, and hormonal imbalance. For centuries, traditional healers and modern science have circled back to the same truth. Certain fruits contain compounds so potent, they can calm your body from the inside out and begin to relieve symptoms in just days. And yet, most doctors never mention them. That's why I created this guide, not just as a physician, but as an advocate for men like you. Because I believe you deserve more than silence. You deserve answers, options, and the power to reclaim your vitality without being tethered to a pharmacy bottle. So, if this resonates with you, if you're ready to listen to your body and give it what it's truly been asking for, I invite you to stay with me. In this article, we'll explore 5 specific fruits that science has shown to reduce prostate swelling, improve blood flow, and help you feel grounded, capable, and confident again. Not hypotheticals, not miracle cures, just nature, used with wisdom. And if you're finding value here, don't forget to follow this channel and turn on notifications. Every week, I share practical, doctor-backed advice designed to support men over 60 in living stronger, longer, and more fully. You're not just a patient, you're a whole person, and your health deserves to be treated that way. Now, let's begin this journey with something small, green, and quietly powerful. Part 1. Kiwi, the anti-inflammatory vitamin bomb that can calm your prostate. When most men think about fruit, kiwi usually doesn't top the list. It's small, it's tart, it's often relegated to the side of a fruit salad or left forgotten in the fridge. But for the aging male body, especially one struggling with prostate issues, kiwi is far more than a decorative slice. It's what I like to call a vitamin bomb, and its true power lies in what it does at the cellular level. Let's talk about inflammation, one of the silent forces that fuels prostate enlargement, also known as benign prostatic hyperplasia (BPH), is chronic, low-grade inflammation. It doesn't announce itself loudly at first. It creeps in slowly, showing up as pressure in the lower belly, frequent nighttime urination, that frustrating sensation of needing to go, but not quite being able to finish. Over time, this inflammation causes the prostate to swell, and that swelling, it presses against the urethra and bladder, setting off a chain of urinary and sexual symptoms that most men chalk up to just getting older. But what if you could interrupt that chain reaction naturally? That's where kiwi comes in. This fuzzy little fruit is one of the richest natural sources of vitamin C, an antioxidant powerhouse that plays a crucial role in reducing inflammation, neutralizing oxidative stress, and protecting delicate tissues like the prostate from ongoing cellular damage. You see, oxidative stress is like rust in the body. It's what happens when your cells are constantly under attack from free radicals, unstable molecules that can irritate, inflame, and age your organs from the inside out. The prostate, being hormone sensitive and highly vascular, is particularly vulnerable. Vitamin C from kiwi helps disarm these free radicals. It doesn't just cool down inflammation, helps prevent it from escalating in the first place. And because kiwi's vitamin C is accompanied by a generous dose of dietary fiber, it also supports gut health, something most men don't realize is connected to prostate function. Why does gut health matter here? Because a healthy gut helps regulate systemic inflammation and hormone metabolism. When your digestion is working smoothly, excess estrogens and inflammatory byproducts are more efficiently cleared out of your body. This can create a ripple effect that lowers the burden on your prostate and helps stabilize your hormones naturally. Over the years, I've had many patients in their 60s and 70s come into my clinic, desperate for relief from their nightly bathroom sprints. They were exhausted, embarrassed, even starting to avoid travel or social outings out of fear they wouldn't find a bathroom in time. For many of them, we didn't start with medication. We started with kiwi, just 2 kiwis a day, yes, only 2 added to their morning routine. Within weeks, I'd hear feedback like, "Doc, I slept straight through last night. I don't feel that urgency anymore. It's the first time in years I feel relaxed in my lower belly." Kiwi is also incredibly gentle on the digestive system, no harsh reactions, no side effects. Unlike over-the-counter anti-inflammatory drugs that can irritate the gut lining or disrupt your kidneys, kiwi works with your body, not against it. Whether you slice it into oatmeal, blend it into a smoothie, or eat it whole, yes, even with the skin if you wash it well, consistency is what matters. Healing doesn't always come from grand gestures, it often comes from small, daily choices. And kiwi is a small choice with a big impact. So, the next time you walk past the produce aisle, don't overlook this fuzzy little friend. It may be one of the most underrated tools in your quest to regain control not just of your prostate, but of your peace of mind. Up next, we'll explore a fruit that's even smaller than kiwi, but packed with an army of antioxidants that protect not only your prostate but your brain, your blood flow, and your sense of masculine vitality. The mighty blueberry. Part 2, Blueberries, the antioxidant warriors that protect your manhood. Of kiwi is a quiet healer, then blueberries are fearless warriors, small in size, but mighty in what they protect. These tiny blue gems carry one of the strongest natural defenses against the aging process: antioxidants, especially a powerful group called anthocyanins. Why is that important? Because aging, especially for the prostate, isn't just about time passing. It's about oxidative stress slowly damaging the cells. Think of it like rust building up inside your body. Over time, that rust inflames your prostate, weakens your blood vessels, and lowers your testosterone production, all of which quietly chip away at your energy, your focus, and your confidence as a man. Blueberries help stop that rust. They don't just reduce inflammation. They protect your cells from damage, improve circulation, and support hormonal balance, 3 things every man over 60 needs. I've seen patients start each morning with a bowl of blueberries, and within 2 weeks, they tell me, "I'm sleeping better, my flow is stronger. I feel more like myself again." And it's not just physical. One man told me something I'll never forget. "Doc, I feel present again with my wife, with myself." That's what healthy food can do. It reconnects you with your body. Even better, blueberries also support brain health. That means more clarity, better memory, and less of that foggy slipping away feeling many men silently battle. You can toss them in oatmeal, mix with yogurt, or eat them straight. No need to overthink it. The secret lies in daily habit. A handful a day can shield your prostate, restore your vitality, and sharpen your mind without pills or side effects. If you've been waiting for something easy to start with, start here. And if blueberries are your daily armor, wait until you meet the next fruit, the ancient pomegranate, deep red, rich in symbolism, and designed by nature to restore a man's strength from the inside out. Part 3. Pomegranate, the ancient fruit that revitalizes prostate cells. There's something powerful, almost sacred, about the pomegranate. For centuries, cultures around the world have linked it with male vitality, healing, and longevity. And as it turns out, they were onto something. Modern science has confirmed what ancient healers already believed. Pomegranate isn't just a fruit, it's medicine for the aging prostate. What makes it so special? Inside those ruby red seeds is a rare combination of compounds, ellagic acid and polyphenols. These are potent antioxidants and anti-inflammatories that go deep into prostate tissue. Unlike many nutrients that simply float through the bloodstream, the compounds in pomegranate seem to target inflamed, damaged areas and begin the healing process at the cellular level. I once had a patient, Greg, a retired carpenter in his 70s. He was tired not just physically, but emotionally. Years of prostate swelling and low testosterone had left him frustrated and disconnected. Medications hadn't helped. He told me, "Doc, I just don't feel like myself anymore." So we went back to basics. I suggested he try something simple: half a glass of pure pomegranate juice every morning. No sugar, no additives, just the real thing. 2 weeks later, he came back and said something I'll never forget. "I didn't just feel better down there. I felt like myself again." That's what makes pomegranate different. It doesn't just reduce swelling. It reawakens the part of you that wants to feel strong, present, and alive again. It also helps with circulation and hormonal regulation, two pillars of healthy aging for men. Better blood flow means less pressure on the bladder, fewer nighttime trips to the bathroom, and improved performance where it matters most. You can eat the seeds, but for many men, unsweetened juice is easier and more consistent. Just make sure it's real, not mixed with sugary blends. A small daily dose is enough to support deep healing over time. Pomegranate is bold in flavor and in function. It doesn't mask symptoms, it restores balance. And in a world full of quick fixes, that kind of quiet power is something worth trusting. Next, we'll look at a fruit that's refreshingly familiar, but quietly effective. It's sweet, hydrating, and loaded with a nutrient that fights prostate inflammation like few others. It's a summer favorite and your next secret weapon. Watermelon. Part 4. Watermelon, nature's secret source of lycopene. Think of a summer afternoon. A cool breeze, the sound of birds, and a big juicy slice of watermelon in your hand. Most of us think of watermelon as just a sweet treat, refreshing, hydrating, and nostalgic. But few realize that this humble fruit is actually a natural ally for prostate health, especially for men over 60. The key lies in one powerful compound, lycopene. Lycopene is a plant nutrient that acts like a shield inside your body. It reduces inflammation, supports circulation, and helps protect prostate cells from damage. You may have heard of lycopene in tomatoes, but here's the surprising truth. Watermelon delivers it in a gentler, more hydrating form, perfect for the aging male body. One of my patients, Robert, was in his late 60s and constantly bothered by that bloated, pressurized feeling in his lower abdomen. His urine flow was weak and frustrating. He didn't want medications just yet, so I suggested something simple: one large slice of watermelon every afternoon. That's it. No supplements, no pills, just a slice of nature. 2 weeks later, he returned with a smile. "Doc, I didn't expect much, but I feel lighter, and I'm sleeping through the night again." Watermelon works on many levels. First, it hydrates deeply. That's important because proper hydration keeps your urinary system clean, flushing out irritants that can make the prostate swell. Second, the lycopene content eases chronic inflammation, protecting against long-term overgrowth of prostate tissue. But there's something else: circulation. Improved blood flow means better oxygen, better nutrient delivery, and better function. Not just in your prostate, but in every part of your lower body. Yes, even in areas tied to intimacy and performance. In fact, some of my older patients report feeling more sensitive, more alive, even more connected to their partners after adding watermelon to their routine. And unlike synthetic treatments, watermelon does this without side effects. No stomach upset, no hormonal imbalances, just natural support, working gently but consistently. So the next time you're at the store or the farmer's market, bring home a watermelon, not just for flavor, but for healing. Slice it, chill it, share it, but most importantly, make it a habit. Now, while watermelon opens the door to better prostate health, the next fruit we'll explore is the most powerful of all. It's simple, it's red, it's sitting in your kitchen right now, and when prepared the right way, it becomes your number one tool for shrinking the prostate naturally. Let's talk about tomatoes. Part 5. Tomato, the number one fruit to shrink your prostate fast. Of all the fruits we've talked about, this one surprises men the most. It's not exotic. It doesn't come from a far-off land. In fact, it's probably sitting quietly in your kitchen right now. But when it comes to shrinking the prostate, nothing compares to the power of the tomato. Yes, the tomato.it may seem ordinary, but it holds something extraordinary inside. Lycopene, the same compound found in watermelon, only in much higher concentration. Lycopene is one of the most studied nutrients for prostate health, and study after study confirms the same thing. It works. Lycopene does three critical things. It reduces inflammation that causes the prostate to swell. It protects cells from long-term damage and overgrowth, and it supports better blood flow and hormonal balance, which are vital for energy, performance, and urinary control. But here's the part most men don't know. The healing power of lycopene is unlocked when the tomato is cooked. That's right, raw tomatoes are great, but when you heat them, lycopene becomes up to 4 times more absorbable. That means a simple bowl of tomato soup, a spoon of tomato paste, or marinara sauce over vegetables becomes a therapeutic tool, not just a side dish. I had a patient named Marvin, 82 years old, a retired farmer. He told me he was tired of waking up 4 times a night to urinate. Medications made him feel dull and disconnected. So we kept it simple. I said, "Marvin, how about a warm cup of tomato soup each morning, just like your mother used to make?" He laughed, tried it, and 2 weeks later, he walked into my office with a grin. "Doc, I feel like something turned back on." That's the power of tomatoes. They're not fancy, they're not flashy, but when used consistently, they give your body the tools it needs to heal naturally, gently, effectively. And they don't just help your prostate. Tomatoes are rich in vitamin C, vitamin K, and potassium, nutrients that support blood pressure, immune function, and tissue repair. But it's still the lycopene that does the heavy lifting for the prostate. So, how can you add them into your life? A daily cup of tomato soup, roasted tomatoes with olive oil, a spoonful of tomato paste in your lunch, or even a glass of low-sodium tomato juice with breakfast. Add a little olive oil to boost absorption, and you've created one of nature's most powerful healing combinations. And here's a secret. The real magic happens when you combine tomatoes with the other 4 fruits: kiwi, blueberries, pomegranate, and watermelon. Together, they form a daily shield for your prostate, your blood vessels, and your manhood. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with something even more powerful than any fruit: hope. Let's talk about what's truly possible when you take this knowledge and turn it into action. Conclusion: healing doesn't start with a pill, it starts with a piece of fruit. If you've read this far, I want you to pause for a moment and take a breath. Not just any breath. A deep, steady breath that reminds you your body hasn't given up on you. Not even close. Every ache, every restless night, every moment you've stood in front of the toilet frustrated and tired, it's not weakness. It's your body asking for support, not surrender. And the truth is that support doesn't always come in a bottle or a white-labeled prescription pad. Sometimes it comes in something as simple as a bowl of fruit, something as ordinary as what's already sitting in your kitchen. Let's recap what we've learned today. Kiwi brings powerful vitamin C and fiber to fight inflammation and support gut health. Blueberries protect prostate and brain cells, improve circulation, and restore mental clarity. Pomegranate nourishes at the cellular level, balancing hormones and calming chronic swelling. Watermelon hydrates, clears the urinary system, and delivers gentle lycopene to reduce prostate strain. And tomato, the quiet champion, offers the highest natural dose of lycopene to shrink your prostate and bring you back to yourself. None of these fruits are rare, none are expensive, and none require a prescription. But together, they have the power to create a ripple effect, easing your symptoms, lifting your energy, improving your sleep, and even restoring your sense of confidence and connection in the most intimate parts of life. I've seen it happen. I've watched men in their 60s, 70 seconds, and even 80 seconds come back to life, not by doing something heroic, but by doing something consistent. A piece of fruit in the morning, a small change in the afternoon, a shift from ignoring your body to finally listening to it. So here's my invitation to you. Don't wait for it to get worse. Start small. Start now. Pick one of these fruits today. Just one. Add it to your breakfast, your lunch, or your evening routine. Do it again tomorrow. And the next day. Watch what happens not just in your prostate, but in your posture, your mood, your sense of vitality. And if this message spoke to you, if you felt seen, encouraged, or even a little more hopeful, ask you to do one more thing. Follow this channel, turn on notifications, share this with a friend who might need it, and leave a comment below. Your story might be the reason another man chooses to heal, because this is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one where you're not just surviving but thriving, with strength, clarity, and dignity. I'm Dr. James Rowen, and I believe in your ability to heal.